right, Abby, it must have felt great. You're calling it the most iconic picture you have ever taken?
The most ironic picture I've ever taken.
Oh, I got that wrong.
Snapchat will hit you out of nowhere. If you don't have a Snapchat account, it will bring you photos from your past out of nowhere. It'll be like, on this day in 2021, you did X, Y, and Z. And maybe it's like a funeral that you went to and you're like, oh my God, I forgot about that. And so I was on my Snapchat the other day and I was looking at my Snapchat memories, and the first time I ever spent time in Atlanta popped up. And I was like, oh my God, looking back on this photo, this is so ironic. So the photo that popped up was from a couple of years back. I had gone to this conference at Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta. It was my first time in ATL. And I had taken this photo of this card with a word that we were supposed to write on it. It was supposed to be something that we were hoping for and thinking for in the new year.
Your manifesting word?
You're manifesting it. You're praying about it because it was a Christian conference. So, you're talking to Jesus about it. You're like, Jesus, give me this thing. And so...
is that how it works? I've been praying wrong all these years. Jesus, give me this thing.
I need that thing.
I haven't been to church in a while, so I'm losing my mojo. I think that's how it goes. So it was this photo of this word that I had written down for that following year. And at the time, I was supposed to be finding out the results of a job interview that I had been up for. And because I'm quote unquote from Dallas. My first 6 years of life, I lived in Dallas. As I mentioned, my dad used to work for the Texas Rangers. Family's big Texas Rangers fan. I used to have a complex about Texas. I always thought I was supposed to go back to Texas. So I was up for a job in Dallas, actually the station that Bert used to work for.
Kiss?
Yes. I was up for a job at KISS, and I really thought, this is my next step. This is it. My life is culminating for me to go back to Texas, where I'm from. Spoiler alert, never went back to Texas, but I had written Dallas on my word card. And so I had taken that photo in Atlanta of me being like, I'm going to Dallas. And so I found out a couple days afterwards that I wasn't going to go to Dallas. And
Did you not get the job? Is that why?
I didn't get the job. Okay. Yeah, I got rejected.
Yeah, that station was way too good for you.
Yeah.
That's a legendary station. Yeah, it was never going to work.
It was never going to work out. It was never going to work out.
You shoot for Dallas, you land in Atlanta. That's how it is.
It's fine. Anyway, I don't get the job. I really was crushed because I thought, I'm like, what? Where else am I going to go? Because I was really happy at my old job. So I was like, I don't want to leave for just any job. And so Dallas was one of the markets that I was interested in. And so I thought, I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to be stuck in Jacksonville for the rest of my life. And it was so ironic that I had taken that photo in Atlanta, because had I known, prior to, being up for that job, I would have never wanted to have taken it. I would have chosen this any day of the week compared to the other position. Getting to be closer to home, getting to be in Atlanta, which is a city that I've really come to love. I'm so happy that life worked out. But when it didn't, I really thought, I was like, my career's over. I'm going to have to go into sales or something because I don't know where life goes after this. And so I just find it so ironic that in the city that I was going to end up being in, I was thinking about a city that I thought I was supposed to be moving to, and I'm glad that I didn't.
So what's the life lesson here then?
The life lesson is that if you think you have missed out on the thing that was for you and you feel like you've missed out on it, you didn't get that opportunity you thought was for you, it's not the case. Your opportunity just hasn't come yet.
Something better's waiting.
Something better's waiting.
Life really does have a way of doing that. You probably have a similar story with New York and radio and stuff like that. Thinking your life was going in one direction?
Yeah, for music, I would say. There was a point in time when music was everything for me. And I even remember I always remember this moment. My ex, my girlfriend at the time, her grandmother was heavy into reading. And I never really believed in it, but she wanted me to do it. And I remember her reading my palms and saying that music is not going to be the thing for you, but it will be something with microphones. And I remember being devastated about that. What else could it possibly be? And when my music career didn't take off, that's how I felt. It's over. There's nothing else for me. And then when radio and comedy came into play, what she said always was in the back of my mind. She knew all along. It made sense.
You want to hear something really crazy and only have a couple of seconds? When I was in Dallas, John Edward, the psychic, came in. The medium comes in, right? And pulls me aside one day while we had him on the air. And he said, I just want to let you know that your future doesn't lie in Dallas. And he circled Atlanta, Georgia on the map. I didn't even know where Georgia was at the time, right? And ended up working out here.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's literally insane. Bring John Edward in.
Right?
The Bert Show.